All right, so I'm back to do another Ask Me Anything question. So this one was, I have always wanted to seek this service, but I have been worried that it's more than cuddling, hence didn't actively pursue it. They also asked, how long does an average session last? Do any of your clients fall asleep during the session? So I really want to get into this first one here, but to quickly answer the second question, generally for new clients, I recommend starting out with 2 or 3 hours. I don't offer 1 hour sessions. I do have a large client base that enjoys longer sessions than that, but I think 2 or 3 is a good starting point. Yes, people fall asleep during sessions, especially the longer ones, and that is okay with me. If you want me to wake you up if you fall asleep, just let me know. I do set a timer, so you're not going to be spending the night there. So to answer your question about being worried that it's more than cuddling, that is a valid concern because unfortunately S-work is illegal. I just turned off the green screen. I did not like my shoulder flickering, but yes, S-work is illegal, and so a lot of S-workers will use other services, especially body work like massage or cuddling, as a smoke screen, so you do have to be careful. But thankfully, for you, ignore my chicken scratch, but I made a list of green and red flags to look for when hiring a cuddle therapist. Now, when it comes to the green flags, not every cuddle therapist is gonna have all of these. Just because they are missing some of them does not mean they're not a good one. But these are just positive signs to look out for. So, number 1, having their own website. That means they are probably more serious and committed to this line of work. It takes a lot of time and effort to build a website. Trainings and certifications, so like Cuddleist, Cuddle Sanctuary, Platonic Touch Academy, Snuggle School, there's a bunch of them, but if someone has taken the time and the money to pay for a course, in general, that means they are gonna be a legit cuddle therapist. You have to be careful because I have seen, especially on Cuddle Comfort, some people will lie about this, but with Cuddleist and Cuddle Sanctuary, you can at least go to their websites and see if you can find the person on there as well, because they will not allow people on their sites if you haven't completed the training. So that's another option. Number 3 is Cuddleist/Cuddle Sanctuary. As I mentioned before, those sites do require training, so generally the cuddle therapists on there are a green flag because they actually took the time to do the training. This does not mean you shouldn't still do your due diligence, but it is more promising. Number 4, professional image. So how do they look and present themselves in their photos? If they look more like you would see in a LinkedIn profile or a professional headshot, that's a promising sign. If they conduct themselves professionally online, that's promising. Now, if they have photos that look like something you would see on a dating profile, more revealing, more suggestive, that is a sign that they could be an escort. The next one is multiple websites. So I think the more serious you are, the more hungry you are for business, the more likely you are to be in multiple places. So maybe a few different cuddle platforms, maybe you're marketing your business on social media, you have your own website. The more online real estate a cuddle therapist has, the more likely they are the real deal. The next one is consultation calls / screening process. So this one I would say, is a must-have for a legit cuddle therapist. There should be a phone call, a video call. I know one of my colleagues has a system where you watch a video and have to find a keyword in the video and then you meet up in person, but there should be some sort of barrier to entry. You should not be able to just book the session without any sort of conversation or requirements beforehand. Clear and specific boundaries. So Basically saying what is and what is not okay, what are the expectations. I, have a code of conduct, which is pretty similar to Cuddlist's code of conduct. But it's a good sign if they actually specify what they are and are not okay with. If it just says platonic only, unfortunately, that's not always a guarantee that they are a legitimate professional. And the last green flag I have is office spaces. Now, I want to say there are many amazing cuddle therapists without a professional office space, but in general, if someone has been able to go to that level of renting an office in a professional building, that is a huge green flag. But at the end of the day, you always want to make sure you feel good about this individual and go with your gut. So a few red flags to look out for. So Cuddle Comfort, Cuddle Companions. Now I'm on Cuddle Comfort, but these sites do not require any training. There is no barrier to entry. So you get a real mixed bag on those websites. I think Cuddle Comfort, you can definitely find some quality cuddle therapists. Cuddle Companion seems definitely more S-work dominant than actual cuddle therapists. So it's important to have those consultation calls and do your research on those individuals if you find them on those platforms. That's why I recommend places like Cuddlist, Cuddle Sanctuary, or Googling to see if any local cuddle therapists have their own website near you first, and then using those sites as a last resort if you can't find anybody on those preferred sites. Flirty profile. So I saw one the other day that said like, "Hey babe," is like the first line. They have like winky emojis or a lot of heart emojis. That's kind of a red flag. Again, with like more revealing clothing, or if they're trying to look sexy in their photos, that's a red flag. No education. So if they haven't done any cuddle specific trainings, and they're just like, yeah, I'm a cuddler, it's a little concerning. There are some great self-taught ones I've met, but it's something to be wary of. And I'd say the biggest red flag is if there's no pre-screening, no consultation call. That is pretty concerning. So I hope this helps you find a great cuddle therapist. Like and follow for more cuddle content, and I'll see you in the next video.